Okay, I've skipped a lot of them because you got to have the right tongue for some of these twisters. And I've been wanting to go back and find this one because of something I said yesterday about Grace. And I don't like it when my Gracie kitty goes away for 3 days and comes back, and I'm scared to death for her. I don't like that. And I had this one up, and I passed it up because it's very long. I'm just going to see what it says. This is a draft. And I don't need to let you see it. You can just hear it. Grace, compartmentalized. Recent work included compartmentalized guys with recent artworks included. And a very happy Thanksgiving to all. Finally, I see some similarity and cohesiveness through 3 consecutive pieces. 2 being oil pastel paintings and 1 crayon drawing. Could that be called a crayoning? Yawn. Oh. I have been in studio for 3.5 years since graduating in May 2010 from UT Arlington. I have painted everything in this place except for the roof and the ceilings. I have used or thought of using everything and anything non-traditional as my supplies from which to create. Let me tell you, this has been one heck of a creative roller coaster. Totally set on automatic autopilot, letting the creative bolts and sparks lead me to and fro. I carved my way, realizing that my main desire was simply to experience being free, to form or not form, in the now of every moment. I wanted to get closer to the part of me that is outside of me so that I might see work that demonstrates expression instead of reaction. How to flow with myself without myself being so involved has become the mission, since I now know I prefer to flow from movement towards an unspoken agenda. Sometimes I miss the assignments, the calendars, and planning ahead from those linear art school days. But I feel if I am more raw and spontaneous with my approach to a creation, then the outcome will possess those same qualities, spontaneously and freely formed. Another thing I've learned is that if I am not going to talk about or plan my creative juicings, I better be a better being. No betting allowed anymore. Through this free flow, I have come to see over time what interest I really have. I've also come to gather a huge amount of information, bookmarks, apps, and notes of all kinds. So every day is always a very different from the last and from the past. But I hardly ever leave. Depending on what is surfacing and rippling in the universe and in me is what the day will produce. I've heard that our realities are a product of our own making, and evidently I now am aware that I have been researching and testing and refining my ability to create and manifest my mind with positive results, rippling. I haven't watched TV in 3.5 years. It's all music or art cat theater. LOL. Or nothing at all. Lately, I've really been enjoying the PBS radio station 91.7 24/7. What got my interest peaked about them was that there ain't no commercials. What has kept my attention about them is their fabulous mix of modern folk, today's hit, old rock, indie, etc. They have definitely expanded my taste range. In the past, I have been very loyal to internet music subscription entities such as Zune, iHeart, and Slacker, to name a few. My YouTube playlist history is an incredible mix, to say the least. The reason I speak of my internet music tastes from the past is simply because I am in transition of finding my niche. And in most cases, that does not afford too many of the luxuries that I once knew. Starving artist? I think not. With great esteem, I am enlightened, I am lightened, I want not, need not, except to learn how to seed forth in the directions that spread me out horizontally, redistributing myself and my frame of mind into a place that better organizes my current sense of reality. Successful mental creators of their own realities are their own teachers, doctors, therapists, and regulators of their life, the master and the student. All of this comes invisibly to us as we walk the road. There is no instruction or insight outside of ourselves. Using that which is outside only as a reference point to confirm your abilities and placing the world as a mental creation from within. Therefore, when things go away, we are able to hold palpable the memory of it. Knowing its memory is the only way to finish the circle of knowing its being. With this, in order to accommodate it again in the future more viably, certainly, and more so humbly than before, gratitude must be the directive. Gratitude is grand connection, but oh so difficult to master. I realized this only after I became intently curious about grace. 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 The day the word grace embedded itself into the pit of my mind's lack thereof, I finally connected to it. The reason, the experience of a feeling of grace, its magnitude of affecting my mental creation of my reality was now like a beacon in the dark that I have been groping for. Very quickly, it was apparent that by turning my thoughts and desires to reach from place of gratitude, especially during the dry seasons, one could be led to witness grace, without which there can be no mastery of the forces between good and evil, negative and positive, heaven and hell, karma and its reciprocal effects and effects. The stuff in between the lines is very dense, yet ever so porous. It requires complete submission and attention. One must endure through the dark, knowing there will be a light. This light that shines from the within to the without is purely positive state that produces positive results only. There is no way to become a master of negative forces, lest it become your own demise, which is death to the negative source. To go on down the road of understanding creative energies is to live very purposefully, Within that is love. This Thanksgiving 2013, I give away my grief and my worry-filled crates of the disappointments of the past. This Thanksgiving, I am giving my thanks to it all. I know it is all good. In Tune, Cell by AWOL Nation was a huge inspiration to keep the loosening up process on track. Subconsciously, I caused my own expansion of consciousness to expand on my traditions, habits, mental guidelines, limited perspectives, personal opinions, conscious directives, definitions, and categories. I tossed out my mental containers for all of my biased judgments of things. I let to define it is to confine it be my guidepost to getting more flow opened. This way I cause strange deviations in every direction and part of my life, dynamically. Today I feel like I am well marinated in a wide array of spices and seasonings. I will need to enjoy the journey ahead. Where it leads me is up to me. Give way to grace. This was very difficult to write. I am grateful I've produced substance. Happy Thanksgiving 2013 from KK and the Art Cat. November 26th, 2013 by Anonymous. Copyright KK. KK. I'm a little bit flabbergasted here. I love you. Bye.